welcome to my channel. It's Julie with Bookshelf by Julie. We're having our sip and craft today. I'm working in this little paper bag journal. It's the one, I wanted to do a white one because I did this one with envelopes and put the paper bags in. So since I already had one like this, I wanted to do one in the white because I had white bags, right? So I showed how to put it together and all that on the last video. I think it was the last video for the sip and craft. I'm pretty sure it was. Maybe. So today we're gonna move along with it. I've got my matting done on my pages. Now if you don't have the Mrs. Mouse or you don't want to use that one or whatever, there's plenty of things you can. It's pretty like this, okay, with just book page, okay? You don't have to, you know. I just like the Mrs. Mouse. Right now I'm really into the Mrs. Mouse. Yeah. They're still waiting on Phineas to show up. If you don't know who Phineas is, you'll have to go back and check out my video where I was talking about him in the book I'm writing. Okay, so, yep, they're still waiting on Phineas to show up. So they're still in prep mode, right? They're trying to get everything ready. I did do some of the tags from the kit. What did I do? I did 2 of those together. How weird. Okay, so I did some of the tags from the kit, but I cut them about 1/4 to 1/2 inch on both sides so that they would be narrow enough to fit into the bags. So that's all the adjustment I did. I printed them a little bit bigger and then trimmed them down so that they would fit. Now this is, if it goes wrong, you may never see it, but there's always a way to fix something. With me, when I was putting these together, I was doing my matting and everything, and I thought, you know, I would like for this to have a little more oomph to it. The spine, the book page is great. I mean, you know, it's fine, but it needed something to be a little more sturdy in here. Does that make sense? Well, I thought, well, I need to put some, you know, something in there, right? Well, how are you going to get that in there? Okay, I'm going to show you my little trick. Years of experience and stuff. There's always a way, okay? There's always a way to fix something. Ideally, you put it in before you put everything together, okay? So if you haven't made this yet, do it that way. Put it in before you put this. But I wanted it in there just to give it a little more strength, thickness, sturdiness. So I've got just some white cardstock like I used to make it with. Didn't ink it, nothing like that. I made it just a teeny bit shorter than this there. And a teeny bit narrower, maybe 1/4 inch if you take in the effect for both sides. And then I'm just going to slide this in there. I've got double stick tape, which we're going to take off now. And then I'm going to show you my trick. This is my trick, okay? All right. There's always a way to fix something. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to fix it. It's not, I mean, it could probably live without it, but to me, I want it to be sturdy enough to last. So it's going to go in there. But when you start sticking it in there, it's going to get stuck and it might stick and not be able to move, and then you're ripping things and tearing stuff, and that is not cool nor fun, and it's not relaxing. This is supposed to be relaxing, so it's supposed to be good for your mental health. Okay, so I'm going to just do a little trick and get it in there to where it won't stick on it, hopefully. To where it won't stick before I want it to stick, right? I'm getting extra glue, okay? Then I'm going to put this through here, right? Like so. And when it comes out the bottom, like so, I'm going to stick this on it. right like that. And then I'm going to grab it on this end and, come on now, I'm going to pull it through, hopefully. If I can keep my bags from cinching up in there. But yeah, like I said, there's always a way, one way or the other. I've got to figure out where I can get the most room. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. Come back out here. Okay. There's always a way. Okay, if they're all going one way, then I can pull these out and give myself enough room to pull it through, I think. Yeah, I think. It's going to have to get close to me, guys. You have to work a little bit steady with it, right? Okay. A little bit steady so that, you know, ooh, I got stuff all over my, ooh, don't get tea all over everything. Okay, now we've got it up in there. We're going to take this out because, you know, it's not needed now. We just need this to go up in there. I think I found the mat I want to use. I think, okay. I think I have. And I'm going to order it soon. Then we won't have to be putting something in the middle to, you know. I wonder if my ruler will fit up in there. I want to give it some pressure, but not, no, it won't fit. I'll work it with my bone folder. I want to give it some good pressure up in there, right? Where'd it go? So, yeah, make sure it's stuck real good, right? So, yeah. There you go. Now, we can get rid of this because, you know, it's just got glue on it and junk. Okay, so we've got our extra strength. It already feels better. It does. Okay, moving on now. Just to show how I matted things. Oops, I got my little things there. Just to show how I matted things, I've got, you know, everything's matted except for the front. So I thought I would do that on camera and share with you how I did that. Pretty simple, pretty easy. They don't fit exactly because of the size of the bags and the stuff you have to work with. You have to work with what you have to work with, right? Okay, so you leave as much of an equal space all the way around as possible. And so I thought, now I didn't do this on purpose, but guys, it was so funny. When I started to put these matting down for the book pages, it said, silly creatures, put such thoughts into my head. Well, it's Mrs. Mouse. I mean, you know, it's just cute, right? Silly creatures. I've got to leave that showing, right? Silly creatures. You're having a tea party. It's book pages from yep. Little Women, okay? Little Women. One of my favorite books, of course. And yeah. I thought, well, how cute is that, right? So, yeah. Silly creatures. That's too cute. Okay, we're just going to put this flat down on there. And make sure we got our edges really good because you don't want that letting go for sure. Okay. Now, silly creatures. All right, There we go. Now it feels a lot more sturdy with that piece in there. So if you're doing this, put that in there beforehand. If not, do what I did and put it in there afterwards. So there you go. Lots more sturdy. You don't really need anything for the folds, I don't think, because you're not sewing anything through. So I think it's okay. Don't expect it to be perfect. You're working with paper bags, so, and envelopes on the other one. So there you go. But it's really cute. So there you go. All right, now we're going to take, like I did for this one, we're just going to take some of that trim and go around it and then put some of our pretty things on there, okay? I've got some of the trim cut out already, so it should be fine to just get started with that. I'm trying to keep that in the glary part. Yeah. It's just some packaging that I use when I'm poking things sometimes, you know? You know how we have to poke a hole somewhere or something like that? Yep, it works good for that. Okay. It just gives it a little something to put. Now you can use lace. You don't have to do this. I mean, you know, you don't have to. It's all good. Okay. But if you do, you can use this kind of stuff. You can use lace, whatever trim you want to use. It's your journal, your little paper bag mini journal. I guess they would call this something like a mini album or something. In the old days they would anyways. It doesn't have to be perfect, just, you know, get it around there. Let me find a doohickey. I'm using technical terms today, guys, just so you know. Okay, I'll use this one. That's a doohickey. Okay. Now, we're just going to go around here. To me, I think it makes it look pretty. If you like it the other way, just do it the other way. Okay. It does get glue all over your hands, though. I do admit that. But to me, it is worth it. Okay. I'm trying to keep that in the glare. Yeah, I think I found the mat that I want. It's not super duper expensive or anything like that. It's just, I think it'll work. I don't want anything that's going to give a glare when I'm doing videos. And I want something that I can clean easily because I'm forever mucking them up with glue and, you know, that kind of thing. So I want something easy to clean. Yep. I want to leave the silly creatures out. I don't know, I just have to because it was there. Was it serendipity? Maybe. It's cute, for sure. Okay. Give that a squeeze and get another doohickey. I know what you call them. I'm just not wasting my brain power on trying to fit. It's a clip, okay? I know. Sometimes you just don't want to waste the brain power to try to go in and dig that out, right? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm trying to use my brain power to do what I'm doing. Come on now. Let's be nice. So yeah, just go around it. It gives it that little border and it, I don't know, it sort of frames it out really pretty. And then it gives you also that little bit of contrasting layer to put your pretty stuff on your fussy cuts and such, right? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think that's just cute. Just adorable, really. Now, get this over here. And we're going to overlap just a little bit because I want to make sure that it's completely covered, right? Okay, we just make our corner and come over. Give that a good squeeze. Come on now. Sometimes you get glue on your hands and it wants to glue to you instead of what you're trying to glue it to. That becomes a thing. Okay. Here's another one. Let's put this on here just for a moment, right? Okay. Scissors. Excuse my reach. Uh-oh. Okay. Get that out of the way. Squeeze this back down because it wanted to come off. I'm going to put some more glue under there just because I want it to be seriously, seriously down there. No removing yourself, you know. So, yeah. Okay, get that out of my way. Okay, now that is on there. I can remove that doohickey too. Okay, now. Okay, we want to put, we've got some little thingies here. If I can get some of this stuff out of my way. We've got some little mice girls. We've got some strawberries. I think I'll put a strawberry down here. Well, yeah, down here where I put them together, right? So that'll be cute. And we've got a fence, which I think I'm going to put right there. And let's see. Oh, maybe I'll put it over here because I'm going to put her right here. She can be bigger because for dimension purposes, right? If it's closer to you, it can be bigger. If it's further away, like this is, it's smaller, right? I'm just thinking out loud. Okay, and then I'm gonna put a strawberry up there, and I've got my butterflies. I keep butterflies cut out, guys. There's a lot of these in the freebie department, and I'm gonna put one up there. And of course I'll put a flat back pearl because, you know, I always Frankenstein my butterflies. I cut the head off and then, you know, put a flat back pearl because, yeah, I'm not cutting out antennae. Even on the cricket, I just don't even have it do that. It's just a thing. Okay, so let's get these on there and we'll get on with it. Okay, I just wanted, now this is the fence from the kit and the Fussy Cuts, and I just printed out smaller, but it's the same one. So if you want it small like this, you can definitely just print it smaller. It works. Okay, let's do this one. Get this little, now I did pre-ink these, so yeah. Okay. Right there. It's cute. I think this was a cute, excuse me, fun project to do. It's just been, I don't know, I've really enjoyed making them. I hope you guys make you some of these. I have those bags, so I'm going to do some creative things, of course, to use up some of them. Because, yeah. Now, I didn't back these on file folder or anything like that because they're just going down on here as an embellishment, not as a paper doll. So I'm going to stand her sort of outside the frame down here on the book page and up here. So it gives it more dimension to do that, and and it's just dang cute, really. So yeah, we're gonna put our other butterfly. We're gonna put our other strawberry up here, and yeah, right like so. Kitty corner in the corner. Give it a good pinch. Right? And this one, the butterfly now. Okay. All right. Kitty corner in the corner. Not over the silly creatures words, because that's just so cute. Okay, excuse me. All right, I'm gonna get one of these. Pink, I guess. Ooh, don't put that in the glary place, huh? Let me find a... Let me find one of these. These are not the easiest things to get out. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Put a little dot of glue, and then put that right there. Yep, right there. I gotta clean my clothes. Okay. All right, now that's really cute. We've still got to do the back, but what I'm going to do is do the frame around it and everything off camera, and then we'll come back and put our other little things on the back because, well, we have to, right? Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, you ready to go? We've got the back all framed up. Our front's still looking pretty. When I was doing this, I thought, look, it says, "You sly creature." Is that cool or what? I did not plan that. It just happened. Okay. All right, so we're going to put our little girl mouse here on this side. We're going to put maybe that there. I've got an extra one of those. And of course we're going to do a butterfly because, like so. Yeah, I just thought, it gives me a chuckle. I can't help it. Do we want to put it this way? Maybe this way. I think so. Okay, we're going to put these down. Not as much stuff on the back because it's, you know, it's the back. A whole lot of times I don't do anything on the back of my journals because it's the back. So, and I mean, it's pretty as is. This is really cute. I just thought, I've got all these fun little fussy cuts. I want to use them, you know? Give her a good squeeze. So, yeah. Give her a minute to, you know, to get into her new life here. I want her to be definitely down really good because I don't want any edges coming loose. So, give it a good squeeze, right? Get a sip of tea. I did have tea while I was off camera. Just, you know, full disclosure and all that. Okay. Okay, now, here we go. Yeah, I think these are just adorable. So, I'm going to have to come up with something fun and adorable to do now that these are going to be done. Well, you know, I'm sure I'll think of something. I may already have thought of something. Who knows? Sometimes I don't. It's a thing, okay? All right. Let's get our butterfly on there. Here we go. You sly creature. On the other side, they're silly. Now they're sly. Must be very creative mouse. Okay. Oh yeah, I want to get my glue dot here and get my, excuse my reach, sorry. My little, I'm trying to keep this out of the camera so it won't glare. Get my little, this. Where did that go? I don't know where it went. Okay, if you guys saw where it went, you have to let me know. Okay, right there. Give it a little pressure there, and there you go. Awesomely awesome. Okay, now make sure that's in the right spot. Well, I've got the little journal cards from the kit. These are the little 1 page of small journal cards in there. So we've got a double for some reason. Okay, maybe because I only had 5 bags and I had 6. That's probably why I did that. Okay, we've got that one in there. And this one in here. These bags will hold quite a bit, so you can put a lot of stuff in them. And this one in here. And this one in here. That's really pretty. I like that one. Come on. What's your problem? I measured. They fit. So, there you go. And then this one in here. There we go. Not that far. I mean, you know, come on. Okay. Now, isn't that cute? I mean, really. If you wanted to do something for a fun little trip you're doing, or an occasion, or, I mean, you know, there's so many ors to that situation. You can make one of these for a lot of different things. But yeah, that's just adorable. Plenty of space to write. And plenty of space to put things. Lots of pictures or memorabilia of some kind, you know. If you go somewhere, you always pick up something, you know, a playbill or information about the place or whatever. This is great for that kind of thing. Super cute. And now I have 2 of them. Because, yeah. I didn't tie strings on this, but I might. It's just a, you know, maybe not. Super cute. Mrs. Mouse's tea party is all over the place in my house. So, yeah, super fun. I hope you guys will make one of these. Give it a try. You don't have to do 5 bags. You can do less than that. You can do more than that, but you would really have to make a much wider spine if you did. After doing them both ways, I think I would recommend doing the envelopes. I just used 2 envelopes and put them together in our normal, usual fashion. Like if you were going to make a folio, you know. And, yeah, I think that works probably better. I just wanted to use white because I had white bags. So, in this one I use these craft color bags because I have a whole bunch of both. Yeah, they're going to resurface. You know they will. Okay. You guys have fun. Make some of these, okay? Let me know. Share them in the Facebook group page or something. Let me see. Send me an email with a picture. I don't know. Let me see what you're doing. Okay. You guys take care. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. TTFN.